I'm sitting out here right in the parking lot of Walmart and Wegmans, and I'm ready to go in and get everything I need for November. I don't know about you, but I am excited for Thanksgiving coming up, and I have a list all made of all the meals I'm going to be making for this month. I am happy that I got through the month of October and even a little bit of November. I didn't go the very beginning of November this time because I went on a little getaway with the women from my church. We went to a women's retreat, which was really awesome. But when I got back from the retreat, it was kind of like, oh, that's right. I don't have hardly any groceries left. I'm supposed to be going shopping this week. So everyone's looking at you and they're hungry and it's like, great, I'm going shopping, but what am I going to have today, right now? I just need one last meal to come up with before I go to the stores. So I was able to find in my pantry some cream of chicken soup, some cream of celery soup, some frozen chicken, and some rice in my cupboard. And I was able to make up a chicken and rice casserole that everybody seemed to like. So I just love having a few extra things in your pantry when you are in that pinch and you realize I've got to come up with something here, and you have enough stuff to figure something out. But anyway, my kids are very happy that now I am going shopping. I'm bringing back a bunch of stuff that we need and a whole list of new meals for this month. And we know what's at the end of this month. It's Thanksgiving. So I also have my plan of what I'm going to be getting for that. And one of the things I decided is I'm going to get 2 turkeys this year because I love, love, love having a bunch of turkey left over for snacking on and for making some different leftover meals. And this year I have in my meal plan for the month, I have like 3 additional meals that I'm planning to do with that leftover turkey. So maybe I should have bought 3 turkeys, but I don't know where I'd cook them all. So with the leftovers, one of the days I'm planning on doing a turkey soup. One of the days I'm going to do these nice biscuits that I found a recipe and made one time, and they were really good. My family loved them. And the other thing I love to make with the leftovers is just plain simple turkey sandwiches with big, thick, whole grain bread, thickly sliced turkey white meat if possible, and salt, pepper, that meat, crunchy lettuce, and like some dollops of cold cranberry sauce on the sandwich, and maybe a little mayo on the bread. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. So I am planning on getting 2 of the biggest frozen turkeys I can find. If you're making Thanksgiving at your house this year, how many turkeys are you planning to buy? And I'm also curious, what are the meals that you love to make with Thanksgiving leftovers? Is there something that you always make every year, or something maybe you're trying new this year? What is it that you recommend we try for Thanksgiving leftovers? So thank you all that do share in the comments. I love reading them and I like responding to them, and I'm sure other people really love when you do comment. So now I am going to get shopping. I'm going into Walmart, then I'm going to go to Wegmans and Aldi, and I will see you right after I'm done with the haul. Okay, I am back from my shopping trip, and here are the things that I picked up. I also have a whole stash over there, and over there I've got a whole bunch of stuff, and that's not even all because I also put some things into the freezer that had to go right in the freezer, and then I'm going to take them out when I do that part of the haul that's over there in that area. So I'm going to start with the meat. I got this beef shaved steak. I got 2 of those from Aldi. It looked really good. I don't think I've tried this before, but it has really, really thinly sliced beef. And you can see the picture on the front shows that roll. And I'm going to do something when I make French onion soup one night. I'm going to use some rolls that I bought, and this, and you know, you can kind of like dip it in the French onion soup, or it's going to go with it. Then I got these chicken thighs, boneless. I feel like the price is going up. It's $3.29 a pound. And I got, let's see, one, two, the other one's down there from Wegmans. I'm going to be using those for a few different recipes. And I got these chicken drumsticks. I counted, I think, like 14 drumsticks. They were $1.29 a pound. And I got, let's see, two of those. There's one more over here. And I'm going to use those. You know how expensive chicken wings are? Well, I've been in the mood to get chicken wings lately and to make chicken wings, but they're so much more per pound. I think they're $3.99 maybe a pound. These are only $1.29 a pound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake these at a very high heat, maybe coat them in some olive oil. I have an air fry setting on my oven, so I might use that, or just bake them at a high temperature and salt and pepper them. So that's going to get them really crispy, and then I'm going to just toss them in a little bit of buffalo chicken wing sauce. So it's kind of like having really enormous chicken wings. I feel like I did try that one other time, and I liked it. I don't really like it as much as regular chicken wings, but it's worth it to me to not have to spend as much and to get a lot of chicken. We're going to be having a lot of chicken for that. So then I got these mild poultry Italian sausages. These are the patties. I really like the poultry Italian sausage from Wegmans. I got, let's see, with the patties, I got two. And they are $5.79 a pound. And these are also $5.79 a pound. So there's two of those. One was hot and one was mild. And that is going to go with one dinner I'm going to do that's like a kale and beans and stuff. And the sausage will go with that. These, actually, that's what I'm going to use this one for. I'm going to crumble it up in that. And then these ones, the links, are going to go alongside a spaghetti pomodoro that I'm going to be making. And I'll show you what else I got for that. They'll just be like on the side. And then I got this big thing of ground beef because one night I'm going to make meatloaf. And in my family, I'm feeding the 7 of us minus my one son who's at college right now. But then my mother is next door, so she's also getting a dinner every night. So that's basically still back to 7. And so I need to make 2 meatloaves. So I will probably use this whole thing and make 2. I think this is about a little over 5 pounds. And it was $3.99 a pound for the 80/20 beef. And so I will use this whole thing, and each meatloaf will be like 2.5 pounds, or I might even make a small third one. But the meatloaf, whenever I've made 2 or 2.5 meatloafs, they all get eaten because my one son, who can eat a lot, he happens to like meatloaf a lot, and he happens to like the leftovers too. Then I got this big tower of tuna and another couple big cans of tuna and 2 of these minced, one is a minced and one's a chopped clams, because I'm going to be doing a seafood chowder with the clams. Then my son asked me to get this white clam sauce. We used to have spaghetti or linguine and clam sauce with this type of clam sauce from the can. It's really easy. All you do is just open the can up and throw it into a pot on the stove and heat it up. It's already all cooked and it has pretty good flavor, and then you just can ladle that right onto your pasta, and it's a really, really quick and good meal. He asked me to get it though. I didn't plan it as a meal, but he missed, I guess, having it and wanted it just as a quick throw together meal that he could do. So I don't have as much meat here today because I also bought 2 turkeys for Thanksgiving. So I will show you, those are on the other counter over there. And Believe it or not, I had a couple packs of chicken still left in the freezer from last month, so I just figured out how much I needed and realized I already had some of that left. So then I got some ham slices. That's for like breakfast type stuff that is going to be used for, with ham and eggs and stuff like that. I got a thing of pepperoni. And you know how I like these salmon scraps? They were $2.48 for this huge package of the salmon scraps. And this one is only $1.52. I really like just broiling that and then putting it on top of salad for like a really simple lunch, because it's a very inexpensive way to get my fresh salmon. Then I got 2 enormous bags of broccoli. This is like almost $5 worth of broccoli heads. You can see that big bag. And then I got another big bag right there of it. So, and that one was like $6. So why did I get this much broccoli? Well, I went to a ladies' retreat this weekend, and one of the things they served was a dinner that had roasted vegetables with it. And the roasted vegetables, I think they probably just seemed like they seasoned it with maybe some olive oil, salt and pepper, and then roasted them. And the broccoli was so good. And it just reminded me of, and it might have had some garlic on it too, but it reminded me of the fact that I love roasted broccoli. And one of the dinners I'm making this month is a sheet pan roasted chicken and vegetables. And I thought my main vegetable I'm going to put on that sheet pan is broccoli. And then I'm making another dinner that's a really quick and simple dinner. It's a pasta it's actually, the main thing is salad. It has salad, and then it has a little bit of pasta you can or can't. You don't have to put the pasta on it. And then you put broccoli and some just strips of chicken on top. And I put these artichoke hearts, like the quartered artichoke hearts, on there. And then you just use salad dressing, like Italian Olive Garden dressing, and it's so good. It's really simple, and it's easy to make it where it's not having the carbs. You just don't use the pasta and feed it to the rest of your family if they want it. I got a few peppers. I'm going to be using those in salads and on my roasted vegetable tray. I needed lots of carrots because I'm going to use some of those in the roasted vegetables. And I'm also going to, with a chicken wing dinner, I'm going to make like a cold veggie tray with like lots of celery and carrots and pickles, and have blue cheese to dip it in, like you would get carrots and celery sticks with your chicken wings. I'm from Western New York, so around here, people order chicken wings, and they're expensive to order, though, out from a restaurant. And when you order chicken wings, you automatically get celery, usually celery, or maybe celery and carrot sticks, and maybe some blue cheese and ranch to dip that and the chicken wings in. So anyway, maybe you're thinking that this doesn't sound like a normal thing, but to us, it's very, very normal to have that. So then I grabbed a couple pomegranates because they looked good and my kids like them, and I hardly ever just see them around, but I think for the holiday time coming up, they have them out and they were on sale. And already my 9-year-old son tonight saw them and said, "Can I open one of those after you do your haul, Mom?" I got some grape tomatoes. Now I got a lot. I got these, and then I got more over there that I'll show you. And those are because I saw this Instagram recipe for this spaghetti pomodoro, which looked really good. It was made it looked like some Italian guy in Italy was making it. And it sold me on it. I just wanted to go get all the ingredients. I could make it this month. It's just a very fresh dish. And I didn't even have to buy the basil because I still have a basil plant over there. If you can see way over there by the window, I've got a basil plant. So I can already use that. Then I got some cilantro, 2 bags of cilantro. I'm going to be making one of the meals I keep finding that I liked so much that I'm going to make it again and again
is this shrimp taco meal that I posted recipes for in the past. It has like a mango salsa, and I can post it again on this video, but oh my goodness, I'm making it again because I loved it so much. And here's some limes I'm gonna need for that. And 2 big cucumbers that are gonna be used in like salads and different things. Celery, I went wild and bought 3 things of celery. I like celery. Do you like celery? I really like it as a really healthy snack. And let's say I don't want to have carbs, but I can take some peanut butter and even put it on the celery, and it's just an alternative to something that, crackers or something. If I'm trying to avoid the carbs. I'm trying to avoid a lot of carbs lately just because of my body type and what I've got in my history. I need to lower my sugar just based off of my doctor and the levels and stuff they're testing me for every year. So anyhow, I need to have less carbs. You might not need to, but I do. And another thing you can do that I've been doing too is sometimes I'll have this yummy cream cheese, different flavors of it in the fridge that my kids will be putting on like bagels or crackers and stuff. And I can use celery for that. And of course for my chicken wings. So then this is my big thing of spring mix that I'm going to use that and the romaine hearts here for making up some nice salads. I also went wild on onions. I'll tell you, I have a reason. There's 2 bags of yellow onions and a whole bag of red onions. Red onions I got because I do have several recipes, including that mango salsa that I needed it for. But the yellow onions I am going to make, and I don't even know if traditionally you use yellow onions, but this is the most common one. I'm going to make French onion soup and homemade. And I was inspired because we just went a couple weeks ago for a weekend up to Quebec City, which is up in Canada. And everything there is like mini France. It's really French. All the restaurants are so French. And we had several places that we got really awesome French onion soup. And so when I was thinking of what do I want to make this month, that came to mind. I was thinking I'm going to make some French onion soup. So I'm going to find a good recipe and make it with like the bread and the cheese melted on the top in the oven and all that. But I know I needed a lot of onions for that. You can't skimp on the onions, and I'm going to caramelize them so they really got good flavor. You will not want to be in my kitchen the day I make that because it's going to be, everyone in here will probably be crying from all of the onion cutting. Then I got this nice bag of mangoes. Don't these look nice? They look a lot better than that time I got the ones that were so green. I think I got 4 of those. These are just for eating. I do need mangoes for the mango salsa, but I got a bag of frozen mango chunks that I think I'm going to use for that, just because it's so tricky to have these be exactly ripe when I need it for the salsa. And this way also my kids, the last time I did that, they were asking me for days and weeks, can we eat the mangoes? And I was always having to say, oh, don't eat them. I'm using them for the dinner. So I wanted to get some for them to snack on. Then I got this bag of avocados. I'm going to be using these for several Mexican dishes, and plus I think there's 6 of them in there. And I got this bag of navel oranges, a nice big bag of those, and a cantaloupe and some bananas, so we can have some fresh fruit to snack on along with those mangoes I showed you. And then I got these 2 bags of Brussels sprouts. And I just like to cut the ends off of those and cut them in half lengthwise, and then just saute them in some olive oil with some salt and pepper. And then I know a lot of people like to roast them, but I do know that my kids really, really like them in the saute pan. I would not recommend boiling them as much. When I was growing up, I feel like people just boiled them, and I just think they just aren't as tasty as when you do them the other way. There's a big thing of grated Parmesan because a lot of times I feel like we're using Parmesan a lot more lately. And I got this thing of buffalo wing sauce. It says from the original Anchor bar. And if you were from our area, you would know that Buffalo, New York has the Anchor Bar, and it's the place that supposedly buffalo wings originated from, like where they first made them and put them on a menu. And nowadays you can pretty much get them probably around the world. But anyway, just a bit of trivia there that this is the original Anchor Bar sauce. So you can buy it in so many different brands, buffalo sauce, but I just decided to buy that, so it was only a little bit more, and Wegmans had it. And then I got 3 things of mushrooms. We just love mushrooms. I'm just going to put them in different things like the salad and things like that. Here's some more of those tomatoes. I got lots of grape tomatoes for that pomodoro pasta dish. It looked in the dish like he just lengthwise cut these in half and then just sauteed them in a pan and basically made the most really, really fresh sauce. It was not a meat sauce. It just had like the tomatoes, olive oil, basil, and maybe some other, I feel like maybe salt and pepper and some other seasonings. I will post the link to it because it looked really, really yummy. And I bought this thing of deluxe mixed nuts. I've got a lot of stuff back here. I got Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. This is the generic for the Olive Garden Italian dressing. You can get it at Aldi. I got some white wine vinegar. I'm going to use that for different recipes. I got this Marsala cooking wine. There's another white cooking wine that I got. And then I also got this sherry cooking wine. I guess I was on a buying cooking wine kick, but the sherry I like. I'm going to use a little bit of that in my seafood chowder. It's really good. I got this big thing of no sugar added applesauce that I'm going to use with some different meals. A thing of black olives and some marinara sauce. And then back here is this big thing of chunky salsa. I am going to use that in a recipe that calls for it. It's called crockpot chicken tacos. And you basically, it's the most simple thing ever. You just cook chicken breasts. I think it's chicken breasts. I'm pretty sure it's chicken breasts. But I can put the recipe link. But you just cook them in the crock pot and you put that salsa in there with them. And so it stays nice and moist. And then you make this little bit of a avocado lime sauce on the side, and it's so good. I really liked it, and it was one of the easiest things ever. Then I got this thing of chunky blue cheese dressing. You know what I'm going to use that for? Our buffalo wings and the celery and stuff that goes with it. So a thing of this classic olive oil, because back there I got an extra virgin one, but I think I'm totally out of olive oil right now, so I really needed that. Another thing of olives. And some cannellini beans, 2 cans. I'm going to use that one night. I'm going to do a dish where there's like sauteed kale and beans. And I may add lentils, which I've never done before, to that dish, but just for some extra protein. And I'm trying to avoid pasta and rice as much as I can. Kidney beans, because I'm going to make chili one night, and there's chili beans around here somewhere. Then I got some of this whole cranberry sauce. I think I got 3 of those. My mother makes a fresh cranberry sauce with fresh cranberries, but it's not really like a sauce. It's more like a relish. It's very good. Everybody loves it. But I also like the plain old thing right out of the can. I don't know if I'm crazy for liking that like that, but I just like that. And I like it with the leftovers if you're all out of the other one. Then I got the stir-in ginger paste just to have it because I really enjoy using that. The minced garlic. I got 2 of those. For anything I use, any recipes I do that call for garlic, I pretty much just use a spoon of that instead of dicing up a clove. And it works very easily. Some tomato paste. Some evaporated milk, just in case, because I'm not sure exactly what pies I'm going to be making yet for Thanksgiving, but I'm pretty sure I like to just have that around in case I need it. I needed more salt. We were just out of salt. Then I needed some more canned corn. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 cans of corn. Then this is another can of cannellini beans, and this is actually the quartered artichoke hearts. I was talking about that salad that I'm going to make, and I needed artichoke hearts for it. I needed clam juice. Can you guess why I needed it for the seafood chowder that I'm making? I found that you really got to make sure when you're making like a seafood chowder that you put a lot of seafood seasoned things in it, like clam juice. Because if it's just more of that milky base and it doesn't have enough of the seafood flavor, even if you put the seafood in it, you just want to taste that, the actual chowder, and have the flavor all throughout it. So I got those two, plus I've got the minced clams I'm going to put in it, plus I've got 2 of these seafood culinary stock. And there's other tricks too, like you can, like I could take some of that salmon I got on sale and cook some of that in it to make, when I'm making the stock. But then I got a whole ton of chocolate chips because we were totally out and we really use these for baking. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags. In addition to these, which are the semi-sweet chunks, you can see they're large chunks. I got 3 of those bags. So my one son loves the chunks a lot. Then I got some of these chocolate animal crackers for my 9-year-old Mimi. I got 2 things of spaghetti. Another pack of this 90-second 7 grain. It has 7 different kinds of grains and lentils. And it's just something quick you can do in the microwave. I really like that. There's 2 of these boxes of wild blueberry muffin mix that my daughters like to be able to just whip up quickly sometimes if they just feel like a very quick breakfast, but they can really fast do it themselves. 2 of these confectionery sugar. It's baking time, right? When you get Thanksgiving and the holidays coming, there's going to be a lot of baking going on. So you never know when you're going to need to make something that has like frosting or maybe a pumpkin roll with that in it. So, and I knew I would use it in December with sugar cookies and stuff. So I got a couple of them. I got a couple of brown sugar, a couple of these bags of brown sugar. Here's another thing I like from Aldi, this raw almonds, pecans, pistachios. I got another buffalo wing sauce. This one's just the Wegmans generic. And then my son asked me to get some sweet and sour sauce for dipping things. Here's another jar of kidney beans. Vanilla. Whenever I stock up on my baking supplies, vanilla is always up there on the list. Better than bouillon chicken bouillon, because that's always helpful if I don't have enough broth or if I just need a tiny bit for some sort of sauce or flavoring I'm adding to something. Then my son requested these red lentils. He loves to make this red lentil chili that's a Wegmans recipe, and basically you can make a really big pot of it with just one of these bags, and they're great because they have a lot of protein and fiber, and he knows how to make that. I already showed you this. Here's a thing of King Arthur all-purpose flour to go with all my baking supplies, more sugar. I'm almost out of all of that, guys, can believe it or not. 2 of these beef broths. That's going to help me with my French onion soup night. And then I've got a bunch of these large things of chicken broth. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is because I'm going to be doing so much that I need to use chicken broth for. I'm going to make a turkey soup once I'm done with Thanksgiving turkey. I will have some stock from the turkeys, but I may need more. And then you need broth to mix up with the stuffing and to make the gravy. And so, I don't know, I just thought about all the things I'm making and figured I needed a lot of broth. So here are some tortilla chips that I got from Aldi. And here's some other tortilla chips I got from Aldi, the Big Dippers. I also got some of these just in case. I don't even know if I'll use it. Sometimes I just make up a flour, butter, roux in a pan and then just mix in my broth and do it like that. But I thought it's better just to have some of this on hand. It was so cheap. So I got some turkey gravy mix. And also I may just want to make up more if I'm doing anything with leftovers. So that's what I did. So coming over here, I got some croutons that I had an idea to use these in the French onion soup. Instead of putting bread on top, I was thinking maybe putting croutons with the cheese because they'll soak up the broth anyway. I don't know, that might not work out well, but I was just thinking it might be easier than trying to have French bread that was just on hand at the moment. Then I got a whole bunch of these tomatoes with green chilies. We like using those for so many things. We use them, sometimes we can just in a pinch open them up and use them in just for salsa because they're already diced up. Really, if you added some lime juice and cilantro and maybe some onion, you would be having salsa. It wouldn't be fresh tomatoes, but it's nice if you just don't have any tomato around. The other thing we use them for is just as a base for chili. Like I put a whole bunch of these in, and then, you know, after I brought my meat and use them in the chili. And another thing is that red lentil chili that my son makes. It calls for tomatoes and it calls for chilies, so my son will just use these. So much easier. Here's my chili beans. I got 2 cans, I believe, of those. They're in there. And then I got this thing of Kalamata olives. Yeah, and all the rest of these are the tomatoes with chilies. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total. And I got some different coffee. I still had some of that donut shop. I bought that really large box last time. So this is cinnamon churro, 12 of them. So it's just for some different flavors to mix in. Salted caramel. I really like that one a lot. And then my husband really likes this toasted coconut coffee. There's some weird flavors of coffee out there nowadays, aren't there? I saw this flavor this is all the Wegmans coffee. I saw this one that was blueberry. And I just can't imagine wanting to buy blueberry flavored coffee. But maybe one of you loves that. I don't know. It just seemed weird to me. It just seemed weird to me. So I got this cornbread stuffing mix. I took a chance and got the Aldi brand. Normally I've bought the Pepperidge Farm. It looks like a bag like this, but I just took a chance that maybe I could save money and use this, and hopefully it's good. I will add some more of my own seasonings if it seems to need that. And I'm going to use chicken broth or turkey broth, so hopefully it's good, guys. I don't know. I also bought this Hawaiian stuffing mix. It looked really good, sage and onion, and I can just imagine this being very good. This was at Aldi. But why did I buy so much? Because I have 2 turkeys. And also, sometimes stuffing seems to go fast and you try to pull it out for leftovers the next day and, you know, you've got a ton of turkey left, but you don't have any stuffing left. So I thought this is fun because I can just mix up some more stuffing the next day if I need to so that we don't have to have that terrible disappointment. And then I've got 2 boxes of brownie mix. The Aldi brand is what we really like. And I don't know if I showed you this pancake mix, but I think we bought a big one from Walmart, and I really like the Walmart one, but I forgot to get it today when I was at Walmart, so I picked this one up at Aldi. And my kids just like to be able to go up to the cupboard and mix up pancakes if they want them. I do not want them, but they do. And then I got a thing of vegetable shortening. Again, I was thinking ahead about pies and pie dough and baking, and I just want to make sure I've got my stuff there and ready to be used so that I don't find that I have to run to the store. We live in the middle of a rural area where the closest like Walmart is like 25 minutes away. So the only things we have right near us is like a little Dollar General, and everything there, like shortening and stuff, would be very expensive and they probably wouldn't have this big thing of it. So I like to just get these things and have them in our pantry in my monthly haul if I can. I already showed you this. And then this is that big thing of olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil I was talking about. And here's a thing of coffee creamer. I have some other one over there, another one over there, and a thing of kosher dill spears and a bread and butter pickle. What are you, a kosher dill or are you a bread and butter pickle person? Most of my family would 99 times out of 100 want these kosher dills over the bread and butter. They don't really like the bread and butter. But I like the bread and butter, and I think my mom does. So I was thinking that on the celery and carrot stick buffalo wing night, I'm going to put a mix of pickles and olives out, and I thought it'd be fun to have two kinds. So here we have a bunch of other stuff. Down here, I've got the sparkling water that most of you, if you've watched my hauls, you know I really like. This time I got a couple of these boxes of the cans. There's mango, lime, and grapefruit. And then I got a thing of these, oh, that's heavy. Then I got a thing of these lemon sparkling waters. They're 1 liter bottles, a 12 pack, and a 12 pack of the lime. I got 2 of the 12 packs of lime and 2 12 packs of the ginger. So it's not ginger ale, it's just ginger sparkling water. These don't have any sugar or sweetener in them, they just have flavoring. And I have them pretty much every grocery haul I show those. And then I got another big thing of toilet paper and a big thing of paper towels. This was one of my hard things this month to be stubborn about. I told you I'm stubborn about not going back to the store if I don't really have to. Well, what do you do when you run out of paper towels and you have kids and stuff? You think, that's not really a need. I don't have to have anymore. I could just wait till I go on my haul. But it has been hard because I skipped a month where I didn't buy the big pack because I had some left. So this here has 12 rolls. And I'm going to be very glad to have paper towels again. So then I got this big thing of garbage bags. I got these little tins so that I could pack up food for like my dad if I bring him food. I've got this big thing of regular dish soap. And then I got a really big stack there of paper plates. I think this is, I almost said 100. No, it's 300 from Walmart. And that is another thing I ran out of this month and was really challenging. We had to use regular plates, and it makes me really, really, really thankful to have paper plates because there was a lot more dishes. Then I got some different pads, 1, 2, 3 different kinds of pads back there, and some Gain dryer sheets. I got this Glade. We really like this. Clean linen. We had used ours all up, so I got a couple more refills. And I can post the link to that if you want to get them online. I like that scent. And then we got some of these little lights because they're night lights, but we use them in those little plug-in things that you can put the wax, the scented wax in. And I'm hoping these ones, some of them are not warm enough that they melt the wax. Have you noticed that? So I think the ones I picked up at Dollar Tree are just not warm enough. These might not be either because a lot of these now are like energy saving. So I think they just don't get hot. And so we'll see if those work or not. And then I got this really big thing of Cascade Platinum dishwasher tablets or gel packs. I got another thing of parchment paper because of baking season. 2 things of foil, and that's just because I ran out of foil last month, so it makes me feel like I really want to have extra on hand. I got this box of sandwich bags and a plastic wrap. So I'm just stocking up on all that. And then we didn't need laundry soap this time, but we did need some more fabric softener. So I got this thing of Downy. And then I picked up a couple of things. These plates I got at Walmart for Thanksgiving because they're just special. There's 8 in each pack, and I thought they were kind of pretty. And I did one random splurge item. I got this rug at Aldi. It's just like it's like about 2 feet by 3 feet maybe. And I'm going to use it in my kitchen where we stand for the sink and stuff. I think it'll be cute. So I think it was around $10 or $12 at Aldi. So I'm going to come over here now. I still have all this plus some frozen stuff. And I got these flour tortillas. I got the large size and I got 2 of these smaller ones, pretty much, these are like the medium size, 10 count each. And those are going to go with our shrimp taco night and our chicken crock pot tacos that night. Then I had to get some white bread. And this is another thing we ran out of is bread, 12 grain, 2 12 grain loaves. I really like the 12 grain, and I have one child that really prefers white, so I got her some of that. And then I got a French baguette, which I hope this is going to work out, guys. I'm planning on cutting this in half and putting it into a gallon freezer bag and freezing it because I want to use it as another bread to go with our French onion soup night, but I didn't want to have to run out to a store the night I'm going to make that. So I'm hoping that if I thaw this out and maybe pop it into an oven for like 5 minutes, it might be as good as fresh, maybe close. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to try. I got a lot of potatoes. Wow. Aldi had a great deal on potatoes in my area. They were $3.29 for a 10-pound bag, not a 5-pound bag, a 10-pound bag. And these are just the regular white potatoes. So they're not the russet potatoes or anything. They're the regular white potatoes. So I got 2 of those bags. And then I still, because Wegmans has them for like $1.99, I think, I still got 1 more bag of the 5-pound bags of the white potatoes at Wegmans. So altogether, I just bought 25 pounds of potatoes, which I'm going to use. Obviously, I'm going to have to make a lot of mashed potatoes for our Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to be making mashed potatoes with our meatloaf dinner, and I've got other potato meals that I got to make. So I know I'm going to be putting a bunch of potatoes cut up into that seafood chowder. And so anyway, I thought that was justified to buy that much, but maybe not. Then I got 4 cartons of dozen eggs each. Some mozzarella cheese, some cheddar, shredded cheddar. So you got almost all my dairy stuff all put together here. Some Colby Jack, mild cheddar, another Colby Jack, a mozzarella. And my daughter, when I got home, she said, "Did you get my text? I told you to get a lot of butter." So I didn't even get her text, but I did get 4 boxes of butter because of baking stuff. She said another French thing that she was excited about in Quebec that she wants to try making here are croissants. In French, I guess they'd say like croissant. But she wants to make croissants here, and they take a lot of butter. So we were spoiled when we were up there visiting. We would go get our croissant at the bakery. They had this bakery called Paillard, and it's like a really French type bakery with all these different pastries, and we were loving that. Then we got a thing of this Light and Fit. This is my daughter's favorite strawberry cheesecake flavor. And for me, these are like my dessert when I can't have a lot of carbs. The Chobani Zero Sugar Key Lime Pie. I got 2 of those and 1 of the lemon meringue pie. But they have no sugar, and they're Greek yogurt, and they're really yummy. I really like them. And then I got 4 boxes of cream cheese for probably different baking things we're going to need it for. I got this Zero Sugar Coffee Mate Peppermint Mocha. It sounds like a really fun holiday type flavor. And a big thing of sour cream. 2 big things of cottage cheese. And my one daughter loves to do the mango and the cottage cheese together, so she's going to love that. I just got 1 gallon of milk, a thing of whipped light cream, thing of heavy whipping cream. This is for holiday recipes and stuff, and half and half. And also I'm making that chowder, so I'm going to need it for that. And I'm going to grab, here's my 2 frozen turkeys. I got the biggest ones I could get. I'll show you. This one was 23.78 pounds, and this was 19.34 pounds. Now, they show you that they're $1.69 per pound, but I got them on sale. Remember I told you I was going to get them on sale at Wegmans, and they had a deal where if you bought a certain amount of groceries, you could get your turkey at like, it was around 50 cents a pound. So it was a lot less than that. So I was excited to get these big ones. I'm going to quickly grab out the other frozen items. So here are the rest of the frozen items I just pulled out. I got these fudge bars and ice cream sandwiches, which I'm going to stick right back in the freezer now. I got this package of Texas Roadhouse mini rolls. I'm going to be using that for some of the beef sandwiches I showed you that I'm going to make. I got this frozen thing of scallops. It's going to go in the chowder. Those look really good. I love scallops. When I was a kid, I did not like scallops, but now I love them. Raw shrimp. I got a smaller bag, and then I got this really big bag. That is 2-pound bag. So that is not going in the chowder. I already had some shrimp in the freezer left, a little bag left that I'm going to put in the chowder. This is for that really yummy shrimp taco night. I wanted to get plenty of shrimp so that we aren't skimping on that. Then I got a whole ton of, well, I'll show you these first. Some pork sausage patties, some meat ravioli, and the reason I got the meat ravioli was basically because I needed an excuse to get this. Butternut squash ravioli. My one daughter and I love butternut squash, and I've been dying to have these butternut squash ravioli. I don't remember if they're awesome from Wegmans, but if I think they're pretty good, if I remember correctly. And so I just bought this little bag. We're going to eat that. The other people can have the meat ravioli because they don't really want the squash. Then I bought a couple bags of butternut squash frozen because that's so easy to make up. If you want to make like mashed squash, it's so much easier to do it from the frozen. And I got a bag of cut green beans, and then some of these 2 bags of these extra fine green beans because I'm going to make this Asian dish one night that's like a chicken and green bean recipe. And then I got a bunch of these just plain old mixed vegetables because they're only $1.19 each bag. And if you look, they've got a lot of fiber, protein. They're really good for you. And so sometimes if I don't know what to have for lunch and I'm trying to be low carb. Now these have a lot of carbs because they have lima beans and carrots, but I'm okay having the natural carbs that have fiber and stuff if they're like in vegetables and stuff. But I'll take that and heat them up with just a little bit of butter and Parmesan cheese, and I could just literally eat that for lunch, and it's so good to me. Well, it's not as good as a big juicy hamburger, but it's cheap and it's healthy, and I like it. And then there's chopped kale. Sometimes we'll have that for a quick meal, like for lunch. Not all of us, but those of us who are trying to eat healthier. And then peas, just to go with some of the meals that we're having. So that's all my frozen stuff. And then I got 2 things of hot cocoa. It's that time of year where the kids just say, Mom, do we have any hot cocoa? And then I wanted to get mini marshmallows so that if they make that, they can put some of these in it. I got this fun little kit. It's a gingerbread cookie kit because I have a 9-year-old and we homeschool, and I was thinking this would be kind of a fun boy version of decorating cookies. So I just thought that would be something he and I could do together. It comes with the stuff to mix up the dough, and it comes with the piping bags and everything else that. And it was only, I think, like $5.99. So it only makes 10 to 12 cookies, but it's a fun little craft to do. I got a box of tissues back here. I got this because my daughter the other day was asking for this instant espresso powder. I think she needed it for some kind of recipe she was making. One of her yummy coffee concoctions. And so I just saw it at Aldi and I grabbed that. I bought a couple more soaps. I bought this lavender, geranium, and eucalyptus woods by Scent Theory. I like those. They're foaming. And then I got some of these things that I like to put in my water. I got 3 of the grape from Aldi and 2 of the fruit punch. And then this is my favorite one, that is the strawberry watermelon. It tastes like fresh strawberries. I really like that. And then I didn't like the Clear Theory when I did that video. If you haven't watched my video, I did a video about some drinks that we like. We taste tested them with the kids and everything. And my son and I did not really like this Clear Theory, but my daughter felt exactly the opposite. She liked the Clear Theory. In fact, she put this on my list and said, don't forget to get more of that Clear Theory. So they're a little more pricey. They were like $4 each. But I did pick one of each of those up for her. Pantene, we really like Pantene. And this is a big thing of shampoo because we've had lots of conditioner still left upstairs. I think we have a couple bottles of conditioner left, but then I did decide to spoil my 2 girls because this is so pretty, isn't it? Pantene, it's a rose water conditioner, but what got me is the packaging got me up to smell it, and when I opened it up and smelled it, it smells just like roses, like real roses. So I'm going to let them use that sparingly just as their conditioner, and it probably will have their hair smelling like roses. And I think it was like $8 something, so I really hemmed and hawed, but then I did get it for them. Then this is my Fructis that we really love, and we use this all the time. I buy it almost every month because I never want to run out of it, because my hair, instead of it being like absolute wild hair, it's actually tame. And I love, love, love using the Fructis. I really recommend you try it if this is called Sleek and Shine Leave-In Conditioner. And I really recommend you try this after you shower in your wet hair. Brush it wet with that in it, and then let it dry. And just see if it helps you. If you have hair that is coarse or like gets frizzy and stuff like that, or curly, it's made a difference for me, and I've been using this for years and years, and a lot of my kids like it too. And then I bought some snacks. I got some hot and spicy pork rinds from Aldi, some pretzels from Aldi, some of these Mini Bear graham chocolate. I think you saw that I bought the chocolate graham crackers over there too. I bought 1 little thing of cookies, these fudgy ones, and a thing of crackers. This is just for the kids to have for snacks. And then another thing of tortilla chips. There's one more thing I want to show you that was not what I picked up today, but I picked it up recently. I ordered these online. You can get them from Amazon. But the coldies, that we really like, and I've had several times just even in the last few weeks that I started to get a little sore throat, and I sucked on these for that day. The minute I felt it, it's really important to do it the moment you feel anything coming on. If you wait to see if there's really something happening, then it's usually going to be not as effective. But I had it where I was starting to get something and other people in my family had it, and I just sucked on these and I never got it. So I really, really will tell you how much I really like these. But I normally got this cherry. I just wanted to let you know that lately we've been buying this one. It's a different flavor. It's the citrus with elderberry, and I think it has a couple other herbally things in it. You can see there's a bunch of just homeopathic things that echinacea and things like that are supposed to help your immune system. But what we really like about it is the fact that my daughter and it's a citrusy flavor, and we just like the taste better than the cherry. And this is the original one, but we really like the taste of this one better. So I just want to let you know that I'm going to put a link in my description to these because they're the same price and you can't on Amazon as they are like in my local store. And I have found that I can barely find these locally anymore. But I really recommend having those. I have all stocked up on them for the winter. And then also the other thing I bought recently online that I just wanted to show you that I really like are these Frownies facial patches. I have been using these. They're called wrinkle patches because basically they're just these, you open up the box and there's just these little patches inside of there. Comes like this and you have to just pull them apart. You can see they're perforated. They're perforated into these like little triangle sized patches, and they're basically, they have one side that can be wet and they'll be sticky. Anyways, I've been using them. I will show you just a picture. So anyway, I just thought I'd quickly show you those because it's something I've been buying lately and really, really liking. And even though it wasn't in my local grocery haul, it's something that I really like. I feel like it's about $25 to $30 for this box that has 144 patches. So lastly, I'll just show you my receipts here. I went to Aldi and ended up spending $393.26 and just a little bit shy of $400. I went to Walmart and spent $275.78. It says $315, but that's because I took $40 out for cash. So I spent $275.78 at Walmart. Then I went to Wegmans twice because I had to go in once to get the big drink items and then take them to my truck and then went back in to get the other stuff. So this is the drink one along with some paper towels and stuff. This was $134.48 for my toilet paper, paper towels, and I think the coffee and my drinks and stuff. And then my second Wegmans one was $254.73. So altogether, I will show the total that I spent today on the screen, but I think it's around $1,000 or so. It's definitely a lot, and I did get a lot of stuff, but I know that I was out of a lot. So thank you so much for watching this haul. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.